Hello and welcome back to Spartan Design University. In this video, we're going to style the hover navigation for the desktop. Notice that when I mouse over, some of these menu items have children as nested ULLIs. They were exposed on the tablet, but now are hidden on the desktop. Here's what we've got so far. We've got the desktop looks just like the tablet as far as navigation. So, first thing we're going to do, remember this is 25%, this is 75%, they're both floated. We're going to unfloat them and set them both to a width of 100%. So in the nav, width 100%, float none. Same thing for content. Width and float. So that should now stack them. Okay, so far so good. Now we got to do some other stuff with the nav. But let's start by taking the list items and floating them left instead of having them stack like this. Oh, I didn't want to close that. My mistake. Wrong keypad. There we go. Float left. Let's see what that gives us. There they are, all stacked up next to each other. Now we have this problem. The page name is floated up next to the content. That's because the navigation has collapsed because the items in it have been floated. So let's go to our phone. Let's start with this. We're going to add to the UL, because the list items are being floated now on the desktop. Class equals clear fix. We've used this before, so this should be a review for you. At the bottom of my phone navigation, we have this block of code, and I simply include it on all my pages now. Clear fix after it says content, display, and clear both. We used this in the previous unit. When we save that and we tie it to a properly spelled clear fix class, that should force the nav bar to stay open and the page content to come underneath it. Okay? Now, these menu items currently have a nice gradient in them. If we go to the tablet, we can see that gradient right here. And it's tied to the anchors. I actually want to tie it to the nav bar. Let's save it. Notice this solid gray here. It's now a gradient. Now, that's clashing with the gradients on my A's. Nav ULLIA background and none. Actually, it's not none, it's transparent. That should allow us to see through to that. Now this has a border at the bottom. So we'll turn the border off. Like that. Okay. So now that gradient is running behind there, the active is working. Now we got to get these things to kind of kick out into the side. And I want to visually separate these main menu items with some lines. So on my LIs, I'm going to add a border left and a border right in addition to this float left statement, and there they are. Border left, border right. They're different colors, so I kind of get this embossed look, which matches the tablet look I had here. And now we're ready for the sub menu items. So let's give me some space to work. All right, submenu items. Well, that's the nav, UL, LI, UL. Let's start by using a Z index, which remember that's stacked. Instead of left to right or up and down, it's front to back. So we'll give it a Z index of 99, which puts it on top of everything else. Position it absolutely. And then we'll do a left of a minus 999 EMs. So that's way the heck out there, off the screen. All we care is that it's way off the screen. And we'll give these unordered lists a width of 10 EMs, which is 160 pixels. And we can change that if we have long submenu items. All right, that's probably not going to work completely. It gets rid of them at least. Now what we need to do is we need to hover. When we hover on a anchor up here or on a list item, we need to pop the submenu down. So nav li : hover, okay, so we're talking about the top one here, and then we're talking about the sub. We could actually make this a little bit clearer if we did this. So nav ul li, so when we hover over a main list item, let's make the sub list item, instead of left being out in 9990 EMs, let's set it to auto. So save that, hit refresh. Okay, so now they're moving back from way off the left side here. They look terrible, but at least they're coming in. So now we need to style those list items. So nav ULLI ULLI. Now remember, these are, see how they're side by side there? Like that? That's because they're being floated. So let's turn the float from the parent off. And we'll turn a border. I think it's a border on the right. It's that white line. It's gone. Okay. Now, we need a border at the bottom of those so they kind of get separated. Here, actually, there's no border here, but we could add one if we wanted. So border right none, border dash bottom. You do 1 pixel, solid, red. Well, we don't want red, but we could do that. If I could spell. There. Is that nasty? Okay, we don't want red. Let's just do pan 233. There's a nice gray. Okay. So, for a quick review. Phone, got a nice drop down. Tablet, 25% on the left with a nice hover. Active state is working. Active state is still working. And now our hover becomes a drop down.